All right, guys. Get your phones up here. We good? Everybody good? All right. Okay. Good to see everybody here. Really good win for our guys. A lot of respect for Seton Hall. A lot of respect for Shaheen and the job that he does and how hard those guys play. So, just a really good win for our guys. Just a lot of respect for their team, how hard they play. They're well coached and feel great about this win for our guys. You don't ever, when you're playing Seton Hall, they've come back from 10 in the last 4 minutes against Marquette at Marquette and won. They've come back from 12, being down 12. They've come back from being down more than that. That's kind of been their MO in a lot of ways this year. So trying to stave off kind of their ability to do that was going to be important. I thought I honestly feel like we just played a good game. I have no issue with kind of playing a little bit slower there late and using the clock to our advantage. We got to make a few more free throws. We got to meet our passes, but all in all, really good.
Yeah, so all 4 of your Big East wins have come at home. Just this environment, how does it help you guys on the court?
Well, I think anytime you're at home, numbers would show there's a real advantage to that. You look at it, the winning percentage is dramatic in college basketball. But you're not assured of anything. I think that's what you're trying to get through to your guys. You have to go out and perform, and you got to prepare really well. And I thought our guys prepared really well for this one.
Chris, Brandon was just in here, and he credited parts of this win to the physical practices starting way back into the summer. How does you taking summer workouts, kind of callousing you, work towards a win like today was?
It's really that, Nick. In a lot of ways, you hear that in football, but it's very true in basketball. There is no replacement for bodies hitting bodies, and that is required if you're going to say, hey, I want to be a physical, tough group. You got to do that, and you got to do it consistently. You can't overdo it. You've got to talk to your training staff and your medical staff, but there is no replacement for hard physical practices if that's how you want your team to play. And if that's what you want to be if that's what you want to be a character trait of your team. And we did start that back in the fall, and that's continued. And that'll have to continue for this group. The duration will shorten, but that can't change. And I thought we did have 2 physical practices the last 2 days.
Coach Cruz had the highest plus-minus on the team today in his 19 minutes. Just talk about what his return means for you guys, especially after a rough month or so for him in concussion protocol.
Yeah, rough month, and I think he wasn't happy with how he was playing in some of those games too, right? It was a combination of that and just kind of he was frustrated. Great, he and Fabian might have been the difference in the game today. Just some of the plays that Cruz made, just handling another ball handler out there against their pressure, and then Fabian's size I think those were 2 critical pieces to us winning this game.
I know you weren't happy with the defense over the past 2 games. Just how nice is it to see them play that well today on defense?
Yeah, it was really good. And you guys know this because you look at all this stuff. The metrics are different. They're an elite defensive team. They can struggle like we can at times to score. So you're trying to balance that as a coach too. I'd like for us to I thought we played with more intent and purpose defensively tonight, but we did expect it. In some ways that we needed, if we were going to win this game, we were going to need to really have a really highly efficient defensive game.
You touched on Fabian. How much does his size just impact what you guys want to do schematically defensively? Because not many guys can just take a 7'2" guy and just put him in the middle.
Well, I think it's ball screen and rebound, ball screen coverage and rebounding. His ability, and he moves well. So you combine the fact that he moves well with his size. He's not strong enough. He's not quite physical enough. He's not used to that yet. I think it's been like a foreign concept for him a little bit. Like, man, dudes are just rough over here. They're just like the game's rough and physical, and that wasn't the case in Spain, and it wasn't the case as much. It is more here. So he's kind of gotten used to that here. He's looked at me a couple times when I've told him that's the opposite of soft, and I used a couple. I just explained that to him. So I think he's learning that, but his size alone allows him to make plays that just no one else can make in terms of rebounding and the presentation he has in ball screen coverage.
I wanted to ask you about a different component of Fabian's game. Thought he had a couple really nice hockey assists today. Just talk about his improvement in court vision throughout the year as he's gotten more acclimated to the system.
He's really he's a really good passer, really good feel. You know, we threw him down there on the press, the point of the press at times, press offense. He's got a really good feel. And he learns quickly, too. You know, in the Villanova game, I don't know if you guys remember in the Villanova game at Villanova, he had 2 turnovers off of offensive rebounds where he kicked it out. And I said to him, you know, we showed him in film how we've got to adjust, and he immediately made an adjustment. His IQ is really high.
Yeah, so you mentioned Seton Hall being an elite defensive team. How would you say your offense kind of fared going up against that level of a defense?
Great in the second half. Pretty good ball security. I don't know what our turnover rate percentage was, but pretty good ball security. I thought we had a really clean second half, and I thought we had some beautiful offensive possessions late against their pressure. Okay, guys, thank you.
Brandon, what was the message coming into this game? Because Seton Hall is regarded as one of the hardest playing, most physical teams in the country. So what was the message from the coaching staff coming into the game?
The message really was like you said, they are one of the harder playing teams, most physical teams, I believe, in the conference. I believe they averaged the most steals in the conference as far as generating turnovers. So we knew it was going to be a physical dogfight type of game, and that's what we prepared for all week. But also, that's the same way we want to practice and play. So we feel like we've been going up against that type of competition all season since the summer, since we got here. So, I mean, it really wasn't a big difference because we was prepared for it.
And then for either of you, defensively, how important was it just to get back on track defensively after the past 2 games?
Yeah, we feel like we haven't, in our last 2 games, we haven't been the DePaul defense we want to be. So the couple of practices we had before the game, it was really defense geared. It was geared to defense, and we just focused and studied up on defense. And I feel like we did a pretty good job. We had our woes here and there, but for the most part, I feel like we did a pretty good job today.
And then RJ, you guys have won 4 straight home games in Big East. Just what's it like playing here and playing behind this crowd?
No, it's amazing. We talk about our goals this season. We try to rewrite or change the program and stuff, and that's one of our goals, is getting a certain amount of wins or just even on the road. But for us to actually do it, it's amazing. And you guys, for you guys to support us and all the support we're getting, the love we're getting, it means everything for us.
And then for either of you guys, just having Cruz back today after he's had just a rough month or so, just being in concussion protocol, just what did it mean to have him back today and just for the performance he had?
Shoot, it means a lot because Cruz, man, obviously you see he's very talented, and we were missing that spot from the guard, and a lot of guys were playing a lot of minutes, but his minutes were crucial. He's very poised with the ball, poised in the game. He doesn't feel like he's a freshman, but he plays really poised, and we love him on the court. We need him on the court. So.
And then also Fabian had a really important game for you guys. Just talk about his minutes and what just his continued improvement has meant for you guys.
I'll take that one. I mean, what can I say? Fabi's, he's 7'2". Like, when it plays, he just make big guy plays. So whether it's a block, getting a rebound, catching a lob, he just so important and so crucial to this team if we want to be to our highest potential. Fabian plays a huge role in that.
And then for either of you guys did not trail in this game once. What do you think was key to that?
Our defense. We try not to let up. After every timeout, we tell each other four minutes at a time, and we try to win each 4 minutes. So I think we did a good job of that tonight. Yeah.
Evening, gentlemen. That second half, you were able to get more penetration into the lane from the guard spot. You, Brandon, RJ, CJ. What changed, if anything, in Seton Hall's defense? Were you able to get to the lane and get those lobs to Fabian, get penetration, get to the paint?
I think that we were first half. I feel like we didn't handle the pressure as well as we should have. We took a lot of contested shots, but second half we came back in the locker room and we just talked about like, hey, how are we scoring the basketball and how can we continue to score the basketball? And we found out like it was easy to keep the floor space and keep attacking and finding open guys, finding lobs. So I think that's what we really just focused on second half, just taking the pressure well, and if they overplay, just go right past them.
Thank you, guys.